how did we turn our 2006 Nissan Pathfinder into a travel vehicle for 2 people and a dog that we can sleep in and also store and organize enough gear for 6 weeks of travel. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Hey guys, it's Tricia from Nature Lover Canada, and today we are at home. If you're used to our videos and you've seen them before, you know that we're usually out on a trail, at a campground, in some kind of natural setting, showing you the beautiful things that nature has to offer, relaxing videos, cooking and camping and hiking and all of those kinds of things. If you're interested in those kind of videos, don't click away for yet. Be sure to subscribe because that is our normal videos, but this video today is a build video. And the reason it's a build video is because we are going on an epic trip. And we are not taking our trailer, we're going to be tenting it and staying in the truck. So in order to stay in the truck and go on this epic trip, which I'm not going to let you know about yet, except I'm going to give you a few spoilers. Spoiler number 1 is it's going to be approximately 43 days. It's going to be very spontaneous. It's not exceptionally planned other than the route and the locations, like the primary destinations. And the other thing that I will let you know is that by the time we get home from this trip, we'll have driven probably about 15,000 kilometers. So if you're interested in knowing where we're going and everything we do while we're gone, be sure to hit that subscribe button because those videos will be coming up in the near future. But as I was looking around and trying to decide on the best way to travel 15,000 kilometers and stay 42 days away from home without the trailer, I went on YouTube, as most people do, and checked out a lot of different videos of people doing SUV builds. Now, my primary focus was to create storage in the truck because we really don't enjoy trying to find things in a vehicle, and you can imagine during 42 days the amount of things that we would need for 2 people and a dog. And the other thing is we want it to be able to sleep in the truck periodically. Now, we are taking a tent, but there are going to be a few circumstances that I think we are going to want to sleep in the truck. If we get into a campsite too late and we just don't want to set up a tent, if the weather is really bad, or if there is wildlife in the area that we do not feel sleeping in a tent is a good idea both for ourselves and for the dog. The other thing is we might want Chloe to sleep in the vehicle by herself periodically when the weather permits, just because she loves the vehicle and it's a very safe place for her as long as it's not too hot. So today's video is about that build. So the first thing you'll notice is that there is an awful lot of space in there, and that is because we have removed all 5 seats. The 2006 Nissan Pathfinder is a 3-row vehicle, and so by taking out those 3 sets of seats, not only did we create a lot more space, but we also removed approximately 230 pounds worth of weight. And so this build is going to start in a negative, which is great because any extra weight that you put into a vehicle is going to affect its fuel efficiency. So as you can see, this is where all the tools usually are underneath a thing, and then the 2 layer of seats. So let's get in the first piece. So the first thing I need to do is make sure I don't get those back seat belts in the way. There we go. So that's piece number 1. There's a 2x4 under there, screwed in, and that is to level the platform, but it's also to give me access to the tools I need to change the tire if necessary. So I deliberately built this to be able to put in by myself and to put in parts. So when we come back from this trip, we want to keep this portion in the back of the truck, and the 3 seats will go into the second row, and it will just fit up against this. So the next thing to put in are the drawers. And these drawers go right onto these sliders. And as you can see, it's built so that it's not going anywhere. So these two drawers are going to hold our kitchen gear and some food. Next, we have two boards. These have been cut out on an angle to fit grooves. Next piece goes in using bolts. It has two legs made out of 2x4s, 2x2 support, and then 3 ribs that help connect it to this back piece and also give it support. And it basically slides in and under and bolts through the side. And again, this was designed to be put in by one person, so building it in pieces makes a lot of sense. As you can see on the inside, there are 3 boards that come from the front to the back, and that is where the rails for the drawers are. So here's the drawers. You can see that I used pocket screws. The wood is primarily 3/4 inch. Same with the board up top here. Here's a better look at the cut for these to fit. Now these particular pieces are so that once the entire platform is in, I can lift these right out of the way and gain access to the storage that is right here. And these ones just basically fit into place. They're a little tight right now. I still need to sand a little bit off of it. But again, it has to be able to support the weight of 2 people and a dog, but also provide, look at all this storage underneath. It's a lot of storage. So now this piece, is going to go in underneath. So there you can see how it's going to slide in, and then it sits. Those wedges go underneath the board, and this top board here will sit on top of these 3, and then it just slides in. So I'll give you a view underneath here. And these wedges that I put in, because it comes in on an angle here, so I just had to create an appropriate angle and screw it into those rails. So that's what it looks like underneath. And now we're going to take 3 bolts and put them through here, nut and bolt, and that is what holds this in place extremely snug. This thing does not squeak or anything by the time it's put all together. So that's basically one of the bolts, and then we just put the nut on it and tighten it down. Another one will go in there, and the third one goes in on the other side. You can see, not only does it not make any sound, it's not going anywhere. Now the last piece is screwed in. So this is kind of a weird looking piece with one fixed board. These brackets that are going to connect it, and anything that has, I don't know if you can see that, see the red around, those indicate that these are the screws that are used to take this in and out, so that I don't accidentally take out screws that don't need to be taken out. This one goes in better this way, So there were many reasons for the fixed board. One was because I didn't necessarily need it not to be fixed here. And the other reason is because it gives this some structure. I'm wondering if maybe this back seat has been moved a little bit. So I just have to line up this edge. It's a lot of storage. Get this all lined up. You can see there's these support pieces that support the area that goes across. So these just get screwed in with these brackets. That's the fixed piece from this side. The last two pieces are basically not only the top of the platform, but also they have piano screws on them so that we can access the areas, get to our fridge, and a couple of other places in the inside. We didn't want to have to take everything out to get to everything. This smaller one goes in the middle. The other one goes beside it. This goes down like this. And this one goes down. Pass the seat a little bit, but have to be a little flexible. There's those red lines I was talking about, indicating which screws to take out and put back in. Okay, so you may be asking, why'd you make it so high, Trish? You're not going to have very much space in there. And, you know, I was thinking about that a lot when I was building it, and I actually was telling myself, why'd you make it so big? After I've already committed the size of the drawers, because I really wanted the storage space. And we hadn't really talked about how much we were going to sleep in the vehicle. Now, we have tried it one weekend and it wasn't bad. It is higher. If you were going to be sleeping in this full time, I probably would have not made it so high, except that the space right there, this is where our Borge RV 30 quart, I think, 30 liter fridge goes, and it fits perfectly. Like if I had made this any shorter, it wouldn't have fit. So now the fridge goes in. You can see this comes up. The fridge gets set in there. I do have to move the seat a little bit forward. The fridge sits right in there, and then we just need to put some rubber bumpers because it does actually touch the top of the fridge a little bit, and we want to protect that. And it opens like this, and we have full access. Inside of the console is a port for power. Let's see. There's the port, or one of the ports. That's the port that we use. And what we do is we plug in our 500 watt Jackery, which we place beside the fridge. So the Jackery gets plugged into the vehicle, and then the fridge gets plugged into the Jackery. So when we do stop somewhere, the fridge never loses power. But when we're driving, the Jackery charges. We also will be taking a 90 watt solar panel and charging the Jackery at the campsites or at picnic places or wherever we are. In addition to that, because some of the places that we're going to be staying will have electricity, a lot of them will not, but there are a few that will. We're going to take an extension cord and the appropriate AC power cords for the fridge and the Jackery, so that when we are at those few places that have power, we can charge everything up. Basically, we can now access this entire area, which also allows us to access underneath as well. We have a small, one of those collapsible kind of cardboardy fabric boxes that fits here with our snacks and our teacups and our hot water, so that when we're pulled over at a gas station, we can just open that and get our snacks out. And again, this comes back and folds back so that we have access to the middle of the compartment. As I said before, that piece is fixed, but you can easily access everything from that side without having to worry about it. So that closes like that. This closes like this. And here's a look at those compartments. So that opens up and you get access to this area, because there is some space right there as well. And we're going to use that to store like excess things like cold weather gear, extra food, extra dog food, things that we don't need to get to regularly. We can either get to them this way, or if we really want it to, we can pull out those drawers. So both of these comes out and then just fits back in. Just like that. Like I said, it's a little tight. Ah! Definitely need to sand that down a little bit. We have some other things that we've got some of these bags. We put on some of these, again, these fabric disposable boxes. Not disposable, foldable boxes. They're just kind of velcroed in there on both sides because that's useless space. And we have a lot of other kind of storage things that we're adding. We've got these bags, these moley bags that are attached to the door panels. And so that's got some storage in there as well. And in terms of getting in and out, if we are parked somewhere and the bugs aren't too bad, then we can definitely just get in from the back gate if we just wanted to get in. It's a little high for me actually, but so I can't sit all the way up. But we do sleep this way. With the seats exactly where they are. I still have about, personally, 6 inches. So I would scoot farther up. And then because the space at the bottom is this is where most of the leg space is. You can see there's actually more than we need. So we just sleep like this. You can actually go on your side and stick your feet out like into the corner if you like to sleep like that. And then the dog sleeps right in the middle. So she sleeps right in the middle, quite comfortably actually, I think. And we can sleep with our legs stuck in to the wheel well or the door wells here that way, or even this way. And of course you can always sleep straight on your back if you like that. So that's how much headroom I have. Probably a little bit more if I scoot it right down. It's about 76 inches. In the top here, it's 44 inches, and near the foot base, it is 53 inches. I don't know what space I have top and bottom, but it's not too bad. And then we have window covers. We're going to show you all of those things in other videos. This is primarily about the build and about the space, just to give you an idea. I guess we still have to talk about those drawers. Now, when we are sleeping in here, we have to get in and out either from the side doors or from the Chitra sometimes crawls through the front, but there's going to be stuff in the front seats. Anything that's on the platform, if we're sleeping here, anything that's being stored on the platform will have to be either stored outside under a tarp or in the front seat. And then we just get out. Like that. And luckily, the truck has lots of things to hold on to. There's one here. And there's also another one here to help you get in and out. So if we just look at the drawers then, as you can see, I had to round out this corner here. And this is all, again, 3/4 inch, either pine or plywood. I designed this based on partially what I had in the garage. I didn't want to buy any more materials than I had to, and I wanted it to be as simple as possible. Turns out it wasn't simple at all. So first, locks. In case you're parked on an angle, you know, with the hood of your truck higher, you don't want to open the gate of the truck and have these things come out. So these are just window locks. I got the low profile window locks, so they just slide up like this. And you can just open one of them, or you can open both of them. When they're locked, they don't move, they don't make a sound. You know, sometimes those bolt ones, the thing jingles or jangles or makes a bunch of noise. We don't like that. So yeah, so open that one. Got a little bit of a handle. You could have used a webbing. And when you pull it out, it is 28 inches wide by around 18 inches, sorry, it's about 18 inches wide by about 28 inches long. It is on sliders, not locking sliders, but just sliders that I got from Princess Auto for super cheap. And in this drawer right now, we have our Coleman stove, which is under here. 2 wash bins that we can use for our dishes, laundry, bathing, whatever. This is our kitchen bag. This has our camp soap and a sponge and things like that for washing dishes, dishcloth, and inside of here is a kettle. Let me see if I can open this for you. It's actually still wet from the last time we used it. So it's just a mech kettle with a lid. Quick and easy way to boil water. It doesn't boil a lot at a time, but we really like the way that it pours compared to boiling a bigger pot of water and then trying to pour that into a kettle or into cups. And then we can also put some dishes, like dirty dishes, when we're on the road and we can't do the dishes right away. This is just a tablecloth, and our oven mitts and some other things will go in there during the trip. We've only gone on a weekend trip so far with this, so we didn't need as much. So lock that back up, unlock this one, and then here is basically our kitchen. So we have 2 different mugs. These are our regular tea mugs. These are the GSI mugs that actually have a cup in a bowl. So it's actually 2 different things. Titanium mug here. My Leatherman, some hand sanitizer, matches, a clicker lighter. This is an aluminum shield for our whisper light. We will be bringing our whisper light as a backup stove. We would hate to be on a 42-day trip and not have a stove to be able to use. Next we have our Sea to Summit bowls with their lids. 2 pots. These are MSR pots. MSR frying pan. That's the lid for everything. And then our Sea to Summit plates. So all of the plates and everything just kind of fit inside of each other like that. Back here we'll probably have some dehydrated food, like camping food and stuff like that. This is what I'm going to be using to make some coffee on the road. So I'll be bringing some ground coffee or getting it along the way. I'm just making individual cups of coffee. I know it says tea, but it works for coffee as well. And then this is just things like, this is some coffee, lots of cups of soup, our homemade oatmeal, and just, you know, quick access to some food that we would be eating a lot. So obviously still lots of space to put some things in, and that's going to give us access to those things really quick and easy, but they're also going to be out of the way. So I think I'm going to end the video there. I do have some pink, some fuchsia, my favorite color, yoga mats, really thin ones that go on top of here, just so that if you're crawling around on top of it, it makes it more comfortable, and it's better for the dog as well. So maybe I'll do, I'll put those in real quick just so that you can see. And then we'll come back and we'll show you lots of other things during our trip, show you extra things that we've purchased and tell you how we like them, whether or not we thought we should have brought them, anything else that we wish that we had brought on this 42 plus day trip to the place that shall not be mentioned yet. And we also have a roof rack, and so we'll talk about that as well. Lots of different things coming up in terms of gear, lots of things in terms of camping, hiking, nature. We're going to be seeing some different wildlife, seeing some different landscapes. So thanks for joining us today. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. I would love to hear what you think about the build and any comments you might have about you know, how it was done. It was kind of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of build. I just kind of started with an idea and went from there. Luckily it worked out okay. So thanks again for watching. I am Tricia from Nature Lover Canada, and we'll see you out there.